Hello friends, this is Mahendra Jana and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll discuss what is Azure Virtual Network, what are the core building blocks of Azure Virtual Network, and I'll demonstrate how you can create your virtual network on Azure portal. Without making further delay, let's check what is Azure Virtual Network all about. Azure Virtual Network is the fundamental building block of Azure Networking Service. It's a logical isolation that represents your private network on cloud. This enables secure communication within virtual network, between different virtual networks, to internet, to on-premises networks as well. It's similar to traditional network on your data center. This creates dedicated private virtual network that can extend to enable hybrid cloud scenarios to connect between your corporate VPN gateway and Azure. You can deploy Azure virtual machines, Azure App Service environments, Kubernetes services, virtual machine scale sets, and many more services into Azure Virtual Network. Virtual network is limited to a single region. You need to provision different virtual networks for different regions. However, multiple virtual networks from different regions that can be connected using virtual network peering. There is no charge for using virtual network. It's free of cost. However, standard charges are applicable for other resources like virtual machines, VNet peering, public IP address, VPN gateways, etc. I'll provide links for pricing details in my video description. Before provisioning Azure Virtual Network, you need to know some basic concepts in order to plan your virtual network, like virtual network address space, which is CIDR blocks. CIDR stands for classless interdomain routing. It's an IP addressing scheme that improves the allocation of IP addresses. There are some IP ranges that can be used for private IPs. Those are like 10 series, 127 series, 192 series, etc. Subnets are a way to split your network address range into one or more subnetworks. You need to plan your subnets properly, considering all the workloads needed to be deployed into the network. Each subnet must have a unique address range, which needs to be specified in CIDR format, and that must be within the address range of the virtual network. Subnet address range cannot overlap with other subnets in the same virtual network. The smallest supported IPv4 subnet range is /29 and the largest is /8, that is using CIDR subnet definitions. You can view the IP ranges that you are assigning to a subnet over Azure portal while provisioning the same. Azure reserves 5 IP addresses for each subnet for its administrative or management work. You can add, remove, expand, or shrink a subnet only if there are no VMs or services deployed within it. There are certain services those needs its dedicated subnets like VPN gateway, Azure Firewall, Redis Cache, SD Insight, Databricks, application gateway with WAF. These are the services that needs its dedicated subnet. It supports application protection using services like DDoS protection, firewall, network security groups, web application firewall, and service endpoints, etc. Azure automatically creates a route table for each subnet within the Azure Virtual Network and adds system default routes into the table. You can override Azure's system routes using custom routes. You need to define your custom routes and you can associate your route to the subnet. It supports application delivery services using Azure CDN, Azure Front Door Service, Traffic Manager, Application Gateway, Load Balancer, etc. Azure Virtual Network supports connectivity within Azure Virtual Network subnets, between virtual networks, using peering service with on-premises network using ExpressRoute, VPN gateway, and it supports virtual network NAT gateway, Azure DNS, and Azure Bastion, etc. It supports network monitoring using services like Azure Network Watcher, Azure Monitor, ExpressRoute Monitor, etc. So now we are familiar with Azure Virtual Network and its capabilities. Let's jump into the demo to create a virtual network. To create a Azure Virtual Network, you need to log into Azure portal. If you do not have an Azure account, then you can create it for free. You can watch my video how you can create your Azure free account. I'll provide the link in the description below. So let us go and create the virtual network. To create the virtual network, you can go to the hamburger menu, create a resource, put a filter on networking, and you will get this virtual network. Go and click here. The subscription is selected by default. Now you need to give a resource group name. Resource group basically is the container of the Azure resources. So let me give the resource group name. And here we have to give the virtual network name. Microsoft has around 53 plus regions across the world. So you need to select the appropriate region for you based on your user base. For this demo purpose, I am selecting East US. Going to next screen to provide the IP address range. So by default, Microsoft has given one IP range. This you can change based on the available private IP ranges. For this demo purpose, I'll make this change. I'll have this 10.1.00 series. Let us add a subnet to it. I'll name it web subnet. Let me have the idea with /24 series. Using /24, I'm getting 255 usable IPs and 5 IP addresses which are allowed for Azure administrative work. So for now, I'm not selecting any services here, but while adding one more subnet, I'll describe this service endpoints. Let us go and click for security. Under security tab, we have two options: DDoS protection and firewall. DDoS stands for distributed denial of service. A DDoS attack attempts to exhaust an application's resources, making the application unavailable to legitimate users. By this DDoS attack, the actual users will not be able to access your service. There are two types of DDoS protection. One is basic, which is free. It is by default selected. The second one is standard, that provides additional mitigation capabilities over basic service. For the demo purpose, I am going with the basic DDoS protection and I do not want any firewall. So let me go to the tags. The tags are basically adding additional attributes to your resources. For demo purpose, I am providing a sample tag and I'll go for creating the virtual network. So here it will review. So whatever we have selected, it is shown here. Let me go and create it. Now the virtual network is created. Let me go to the resource. Then the overview page, we see the resource group, the location where it is provisioned, subscription details, on tags. Here is the virtual network address space. Here is the virtual network address space range and DNS servers. In this case, it is using Azure provided DNS server. Some of the important properties like address space, If you want to add additional address space to the virtual network, you can add it here. Under connected devices, it will list all the NIC cards that are associated to this virtual network. So basically, when you will create a VM into this virtual network, it will create a NIC card and it will assign one private IP to the NIC card, and that NIC card will be shown here along with the IP address. Under subnets, we got the web subnet that we created while provisioning the virtual network. Let us go and create one more additional subnet. I'll provide the subnet name as app server. Azure automatically providing 10.1.1.0/24. So using 24, here I am getting 251 usable IP addresses. NAT gateway resources are part of virtual network NAT and that provide outbound internet connectivity for one or more subnets of the virtual network. They specify which static IP address virtual machines use when it creating outbound flows. For this demo purpose, I do not want any NAT gateway. Using network security group, you can allow or deny traffic to your virtual network subnets. Using route table, you can create your custom route tables. You can control your traffic by creating user defined routes and assigning to the subnet. For this demo purpose, I'm not creating the route table right now. We'll have a separate video for the route table. So I'll go with the default none. Service endpoints provide secure and direct connectivity to various Azure services over the Azure backbone network. The key benefits are improved security for your Azure service resources, optimizing routing for Azure service traffic. Using this, the request to storage account, SQL, Service Bus, Key Vault, that will go privately using Azure backbone network. It will not go via public internet. And if you select a service, it will allow us to define a policy. It allows authorized data transfer only to the specific Azure storage accounts. It provides granular level of access control to virtual network traffic to Azure storage or any other service when connecting over service endpoints. For this demo purpose, I am not selecting any. Subnet delegation enables you to designate a specific subnet for an Azure PaaS service that needs to be injected into your virtual network. It provides full control to the customer on managing the integration of Azure services into the virtual network. So for the demo purpose, I'm not going with any subnet delegation. So with this default values, I'll go and create this subnet. Now the app server subnet is created. You can see here gateway subnet. This is required to set up a VPN connectivity with your on-premises network. You cannot change the name of the subnet. We can change the address range and without any other settings. Let me create this gateway subnet which I will be using in my future demo. The gateway subnet is created now. As you have already selected a DDoS basic protection, so it is shown here. We didn't select any firewall. You can configure your custom DNS server here. You can add multiple DNS servers. This enables you to resolve host names within the virtual network. I do not have a custom DNS server, so I'll go with the default one. Using peering feature, you can communicate between servers or VMs those are hosted in different virtual networks. We will be having a separate video to demonstrate this feature. We had added one service endpoints while provisioning in the second subnet. So you can add additional endpoints as per your requirement. Using connection troubleshoot, you can test connectivity between two VMs. You can test your TCP port or ICMP port. Diagram shows you the topology of your VNet. So for now, it is showing there is a one VNet and under that there are two subnets associated. So once we'll provision the virtual machines, it will be showing the NIC cards here so that you will have a clear understanding. This is how you can create a Azure virtual network. In my next video, I will demonstrate you how you can do peering to communicate between two virtual networks. This was all about this particular video, and thanks for watching the video till the end. Please do subscribe my channel if you have not done already, and don't forget to tap on the bell icon so that you will never miss any of my future video. Please do share this video with your friends so that they can also get benefited. I will see you all in my next video. Have a great day and thank you.